Greetings, comrades, and welcome to another episode of Captain Fitz, Not So Live. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm actually going to be playing a bit of Magic Duels, as you can see here, and I will be playing a bit of Hearthstone in another video. So this is going to be a two-parter. The reason for me doing this is just a little bit of a comparison experiment. I actually just recently got back into playing the proper card game of Magic, and I was looking online. This thing completely went over my head, and just noticed it on Steam and figured, it's a free-to-play game. Give it a download, give it a try, and I've actually been having fun with it for the last week or so. Basically trying to mimic my real-life deck, but haven't got anywhere near the same amount of cards. It's an interesting setup. You can actually pay to get coin you can put in towards getting booster decks, which you get about 6 cards in each of those. You can get coin through gameplay, like right now it's I'm playing a mid-level opponent. If I beat him, I'm going to get 10 coins that I can use to spend on a booster pack of 6 cards, which, well, get 10 coins for this, and I think it's about 150 coins. Actually, I'll have to double check that later. It's either 150 or 300 coins or something like that for getting a booster deck, which you can actually do pretty quickly if you're picking away at this. It's very similar to Hearthstone's system actually for generating decks. I'm pretty sure once Hearthstone came out, it's Magic saw what they were doing, realized they couldn't compete with that model, especially with the last couple of Magic games that came out. Just here's a full price game. Well, here's a priced game, let's not say full priced, and now let's pay extra to get some booster decks. You got that, you've got your whole, you can create your own deck too, which is like a big thing for me, because I remember the one that I played last, you really couldn't build your own deck, and you couldn't take it between all the different modes and whatnot. Now, the story mode of this it's basically, you play through a story mode, you unlock more coins, and you'll get like a special deck out for each season. I think they've got the original Duels campaign. I think they've got one for the last 3 decks they've released. Now, not a bad setup. Like I said, it's very, very reminiscent of Hearthstone. However, I'll be honest, I do prefer this over Hearthstone, just because I don't know, I find it's a little bit more difficult. It's not as casual as Hearthstone. Like, Hearthstone's great, love the hell out of it. But this, I don't know, I think there's a little bit more nuance to it. Like, you've got the whole setup where you actually have, like, you can't directly decide that your creature card is going to attack the other guy's creature card. You have to attack your opponent, and then you can choose to block it. There are cards like this one here, where you target a creature and with one of your own creatures, but you have to use your mana. As you can see, the trees at the bottom. Well, green deck, so I've got trees there. I'm running a green-black deck, so I've got forest and swamp. Here I've actually gotten dealt a pretty shit hand to start off this. Like, I don't even think I'm going to end up winning this guy. And see, the big problem I'm having here right now is, out of my whole hand, like, I've only got 2 mana to use, and they're green. Well, forest. I'm actually going to try referring to this forest from here on. And that deck there requires me to have 1 swamp, 1 black, so black mana, so 1 swamp mana. And you can see that I can't really use any of my abilities. Well, any abilities worthwhile, and I'm just going to suck in a ton of damage here because I can't do anything. It's not like Hearthstone, where it's like every round here's a token, or a gem, or whatever they refer to them as, and you build it more. You actually start receiving things. And there's not like one universal mana in this. There's black, green, blue, red, and white. And each You can actually have like monocolor decks. I prefer doing the black-green deck because they tend to be more towards the more towards the style of play. The black because I like having cards that basically will force my opponent to discard cards. The green because, well, it works based on. I find there's a lot more cards that not so much boost my creatures, but will spawn other creatures. There's a card that's basically every time. There's some cards that react like I play a green mana. If I have a certain card in play, it'll start generating a creature for every time I play the mana. And again, this guy here is going to take a shot at me and give me a good slap upside the head because I have no way of defending myself. There we go again. Yeah, first strike and trample. First strike's a really nice ability to have because basically, if I were to block a normal card and I did 2 damage to him, he did 2 damage to me, both of them had. Say both cards had 2 health and could do 2 damage. If one of those cards had first strike, that would hit before the other one hit it, so it wouldn't be a direct trade of damage. It would destroy the other card before it had a chance to hit it, which is a really nice ability to have on stuff. There's an ability called Dual Strike, which will do normal damage and then first strike damage. And you see that card there that I played? That was basically my way out of the problem I was having for lacking mana. I still don't appreciate cards. Because basically what it did was allow me to search my deck for mana and put 2 of them directly onto the table tapped. Tap means they're basically, I can't use them until my next turn. So if I want to, say, cast a spell, I've got to tap, like that one, I've got to tap 1 green and 2 of any other type of mana. And that means that that's being used. Use a card anytime they're turned sideways, they're tapped. Yeah, I really shouldn't be doing the base explanation of this. I figure you're watching this video, you got an idea of how this whole thing works. And you're more interested in the Magic Duels of the game. And, like I said, if you're into Hearthstone, you'll enjoy it. If you're into Magic, you'll enjoy it. And if you want to... If you're new to this type of thing, I'd recommend Hearthstone first, because this is... It's a more complex system. Like, you're dealing with multiple mana types, you're dealing with God only knows how many variations on card types and what they do. Whereas, like I said, Hearthstone is very streamlined, very simple, and really easy to pick up. But if you're someone who's playing Hearthstone and you're enjoying it, and you've seen the Magic cards around, or if you're a Magic player, it's free. Pick it up, give it a try. Like I said, I've been having a lot of fun with it. Progression's about the same. Well, yeah, it's probably about the same rate as progression you get with Hearthstone. So right now I'm into my block step, and he's about to take a shot at me, so I'm going to sacrifice this unit here, which has lifelink. Yeah, Child of Night, she's lifelink, and basically any damage dealt, I get back in health. Now, see that little twirly thing on? That means you got something sickness. Basically, it's you can't attack with the creature you summon unless it has haste on it. Now, you see this. Did first strike and killed me before I can do that, but I've got an ability there that basically means I can pull them to the top. And yeah, basically sacrifice that card. Now this one has flying that they're playing. Basically, a flying creature can only be blocked by, well, flying creatures unless the card says otherwise. So drop her there. And I got enough to get this one here out. That's a nice little card there. It's got an ability that basically it can't be blocked by living creatures. It can be blocked by artifact creatures and whatnot. There, let's get my attack around there. And as I attack there, I got nothing to defend with, and I'm going to get completely wrecked. However, I don't... another flying creature. Yeah, that one's got summoning sickness on it too. Don't think any of the creatures they summon have haste. So, opponent to start, they're going to attack. I don't have any flying creatures. But I might probably survive this. Don't have any options. And slappity slap. I'm going to take a little bit of damage there. 3 damage, see? 3-2, and 3 damage, 2 health on them. So, got that card there. And you got that Shadows of the Past thing. Whenever a creature dies, you can cast that, and each opponent's going to lose 2 life. But I have to have 4 more creature cards in my graveyard, so I can't really use that one at all. Thing's normal ability is pretty good. And just trying a few things here. Because you can manually tap cards, but it's having no effect. I actually didn't look at that bottom part completely there. I was actually trying to activate that, but I did not have those cards in my graveyard for it to work. They've only got like maybe 2 creatures in my graveyard there, if that. Yeah, no effect. There's no way I'm going to save myself. At all. Here I go. Since that the character's got lifelink, gonna give her that +2/2 and first strike ability. I think that was first strike. I care if that was first strike to trample on that card. Yep. So much yada yada yada. Exactly. So send her out. Now just do a full-on charge there. No way hell I'm going to survive the next round anyway. Yeah, this is just an AI opponent. Actually, the AI can be a little bit difficult, I find. It's just... if they get dealt a good hand, they will crush you. But, yeah, there's that one activating. Just up to the bottom, don't really need that badly. And as you can see there, when that creature with lifelink hit there, it got me 4 health back. Bought me a little bit of time. That being said, a little bit of time might be all I got with this. I have no ability to block right now, because I've got those 2 creature cards tapped from the previous attack. And yep, that is a lot of damage from my way. 2. I don't have things that just slot there. No instances to use. -3. Oh, -2. -5. Insult to injury. And I lose that round. Oh well. Not too bad. We'll move on, and I think after this I'm actually going to try out a human opponent and see if I fare well with a living creature instead of the AI. Yeah, just as simple as like clicking back to battle menu and clicking on versus battle. And right there, see, we get 30 coin for every match against, well, every win against a human opponent. Normally doesn't pull up a opponent this quickly. I basically edited out the load screen there. It wasn't too long. It was, I think, less than a minute for him to show up, but I figured you didn't want to sit looking at the load screen. As you can see here, yeah. When that character enters the battlefield for a +1/+1 counter on target, little things like that. That's can't be blocked, aside from the creatures there. But yeah, basically that first card there that I played is both a black and a green land, which you use for mana. That one actually enters the field tapped, whereas he just put down a normal card, which came in untapped. Yeah, so I can basically play that, but no, nothing I really want to play right off the bat here. As you can see, it highlights cards that I'm able to play each time. Yeah, you can play cards at the end of your turn if you got extra mana there. You can see right between the two player icons, you've got your first action, followed by your attack action, then the block round, then the damage round. But, yeah. This creature to the battlefield gets +1/1, but that's until the next round. Here's my turn again. Some more land. There it is. I'm going to play that creature there because it can't be blocked. Click on that. Yeah. It'll only be blocked by flying creatures. It's not a flying creature, but just... like I said, each card has its own individual thing that it can do. There's some like common traits like haste, first strike, trample. But they seem to put in little new nuances. I guess each season would be the best way to describe it when they release a new set of cards. Like, the new season, I can't remember what it's called, in a something or other. It's got stuff in there where you basically, like when the card is activated or dies or whatnot, it produces something called a clue token, which if you spend a certain amount of mana, allows you to draw a card. There's stuff from preceding seasons where where creatures are considered to have no colors. So if you have a card that says do this to that color card, it will not be affected by it. You even have a weird thing where it's if this creature damages the player, that player has to discard card. I don't actually have any of those built into my deck yet. Just haven't really picked any up. Actually, I might have picked one up, but I haven't either drawn it or this might have been recorded before I got that card put up. Anyway, as you can see, I played that card, gave my flying one a bonus of +1/1, and I'm able to attack and do, well, damage the player here without having to worry about him blocking it because it can only be blocked by flying creatures. Now, that trample one there isn't going to be good again. Okay, so that one does have that. So he's done a bit of a boost on his card there, and there's nothing I can really do right now aside from basically, well, I could block it, but it's basically just going to prevent me from getting damaged. I'm going to sacrifice that card. Can't do anywhere near enough to stop him. However, that's a permanent sort of artifact on that card. Actually, I don't know if that's enough. Those two cards there, those prevent damage cards, are going to come in real useful. Actually, I have two of them. Basically, it's an instant, so I can play that whenever. So after my opponent does their attack round, I can throw that card down and say, no you don't. Nothing happens to me. And I believe I use that later on. Like, I actually think, that card there at the very end, and I use it to... Basically, it puts me in a situation where that one there, it does damage to all cards on across the deck there. So, let's you drop it in here. Ew. Yeah, you can do a bit of damage with those guys. And basically use them to block. How do I take the damage? That's the question that's going to throw me in right here. Yeah, decided to go skip block and take the hit. And that's the thing I find myself this game. It's like I'm willing to take the hit so I have a better hand to work with later on. There that guy is. That one's basically search the deck, grab some land, grab some forest, and grab pile forest. So I got those mixed cards down, the bi-color cards. Do that and that. They will They're, well, one's unblockable, the other's flying, so they're just going to sneak around there. No, not flying, can only be blocked by flying creatures, so that goes in there, and that goes to the Intimidate, so no one's going to block it. Which is incredibly useful. Yeah. This is a pretty tight match, actually. Drop that down there. There's their flying creature who can block my one, but they also have double strike, which means they can do that. They get first strike, which means that they'll do 1 damage to you automatically. Here's where, 4 damage and 6 damage. This is cutting it pretty close. Like, I should have tried to maintain at least one force so I can use green mana and cast that card there. But yeah, I'm gonna do this again. Do that and that. Now, basically, what I'm gonna try doing here is they're gonna block. Confirm attack. They're going to throw up the block. Yeah, that one throws up the block. And since that's an instant, select timer and oh, wasn't fast enough. Put that on that one there. There we go. 5 damage. That survived, but because that trample, that damage carried through. And they've got 1 health left. Now, that's a nice little card to play. You know, I should have played it, but basically what I'm doing right now is I'm gonna let him think he's gonna be able to destroy me here, which he pretty much can. However, if we wait for his attack turn, and draw some more cards, he's going to get arrogant and literally throw everything he has at me. Because he thinks this is going to be an easy win. Or she. It could possibly be a she. I don't know who I'm playing against. It might be sentient sheep. Who knows? Yeah, there we are. Silver Ranger, yada yada yada, making a decision, please wait. So, first things first. They attack. I stop time, grab Fog, which means all that damage is about to do there is not going to happen. Basically, that gets ignored. Which is quite nice. No damage effect. Now, the only 2 cards that are left there, I believe, are 1/1 or whatever. Yep, he left the game because they know they're going to lose. But you know what? I might as well finish it up against the AI opponent. And you can see the writings on the wall. Not just too bad. I would have liked it if that person would have actually stayed in and finished the match, but oh well. See there? I use that, which obliterates the largest card there. And shablam! They can't block. And there, done. And that'll be that for this episode of Captain Fitz Not So Live. Thank you again for watching. Your views are appreciated, as are your likes and subscriptions if you so intend. Also, it's, as always, greatly appreciated if you are to watch it. Click on the advertisements, because that's how YouTubers make money. You all have an excellent evening.